AICC, the Independent Packaging Association, is proud to recognize the many achievements of its members. Today, we salute the milestones of 6 of our outstanding members. To celebrate its 125th anniversary, we salute Weber Display and Packaging.
Our company was founded in 1893 by David Weber, and in 1991, my father, Jim Doherty Jr., purchased the Philadelphia plant from the Chesapeake Corporation.
Our first product was for a company called Stetson Hats, which back in the day was every man wore hats, and we produced the boxes that the hats went into. It's a great story that a company has been in one industry and one location since the late 1800s.
Well, there's certainly not very many companies that can brag that they've been here for 125 years and still being successful on top of that. I think we've really been successful because of our people.
We've all seen all the old photos on the wall of the building being built and all the advertisements from the 50s and the Greater Philadelphia magazines. I find it as an incredibly exciting opportunity to try to extend on the legacy of people who came before us.
You can only hope that, it continues to grow and continues to last 125 more years.
The facility that we've been in right now, we've been in for 93 years. Today we employ about 170 people. Our sales are nearly $70 million.
I think you can buy a lot of corrugated products without much personal interaction, but when we do it, we have a touch to it, and we, I think, hit the mark more often than we don't.
The future brings a craziness that the country is going through as a whole, with speed to market, quick turnarounds, and competitive pricing.
And the future looks very bright for Weber Display and Packaging.
To celebrate its 100th anniversary, we salute Liberty Carton, Liberty Diversified Industries.
We started in 1918. Our first employee was a horse named Dan. My great-grandfather always jokes that we owned half a horse, and he was a Russian immigrant that came over. And back then there was no such thing as corrugated boxes. It was all wooden crates. And he would walk the streets of Minneapolis picking up old wooden crates and then refurbishing them in his cousin's garage and selling them to the local manufacturers in town. Today, as we celebrate our 100th year in business, LDI is comprised of 5 corrugated box plants and 4 corrugated sheet plants. Also, we have a state-of-the-art coating facility that coats both functional coatings as well as colors, as well as a state-of-the-art paper mill in Becker, Minnesota. The main thing that I think differentiates LDI is that we look at every opportunity as a different opportunity. And so we're looking at every single customer as what is best for them, not necessarily what is best for us. And with all the different capabilities that we have on the floor and all the different plants that we have throughout North America, including our state-of-the-art paper mill, we can do pretty much anything that the customer wants us to do. But we're also small enough to understand what the customer's needs are and very flexible to be able to play in the many, many different markets that our customers participate in.
4 generations of stability, making us big enough to solve any problem, while small enough to care about every customer. To celebrate its 100th anniversary, we salute Acme Corrugated Box Company.
Acme Corrugated Box Company started in operation in 1918. My dad started his business in what is now called Old City, Philadelphia.
Selling scrap paper, scrap metal, ultimately developed into resale of seconds on boxes.
My grandfather would buy used boxes, misprints, seconds, what they call seconds, and resell them.
In 1970, the company moved to the American Street corridor in Philadelphia.
In the 70s, when my father was involved and my uncle, the company started to manufacture.
And when we moved to Bensalem in 1980,
from North Philadelphia to Bensalem, Pennsylvania, and they just started to get huge.
we had increased the number of pieces of equipment producing corrugated boxes to the extent that we could no longer house that equipment in the American Street property. We found the Hatboro location in 1999 and moved in August of 2001.
I can tell you since 2006 when I joined the organization, there is one machine today that was here in 2006 and that most likely won't be here a year from now.
Over the years, I've seen all the machines that, when I started in '79, they're all gone. And then machines that replace those machines, they're all gone.
Bob is always looking ahead and investing in the company.
Constantly, every year, we have a capital improvement, and not just a few $100,000, it's a lot of money he invests every year.
Add technology, get the fastest setup equipment, the fastest running equipment.
Constant changes is the only thing I can say. It is always changing and adapting out on that floor. We've seen equipment come from mostly manual setup machines, long setup machines, to electronic machines with touch screens, computerized. You go from a 20-minute setup maybe to a 2 or 3 minute setup today.
And then we also decided to standardize on one major machine manufacturer so that all of our training was the same, all of our maintenance was the same, kind of like the Southwest airline model.
Bob's focus has always been to be the best, and I think that's what I think Acme is the best.
Bob has just had the foresight to continue growing. He's had the energy and initiative to keep growing the company.
Tenfold at least.
Today the company produces about 75,000 tons of containerboard on an annual basis.
It's amazing. When I look back now, I can't believe we did this.
Jeremy and Eric, they've worked their way up from the bottom, which is what you like to see. Nothing was handed to them. They've all worked out in the plant. They're working hard and they continue to grow with the company.
I think both Eric and Jeremy have proven over the last 16 years their dedication and their ability to help move the company forward. I think the longevity is a matter of spirit and a matter of determination.
We've been around this long because of the leadership and the way Bob runs his company.
Never satisfied, relentless.
No matter what it cost or what it took to do it, he was always striving to be the best. He won't settle for less.
To celebrate its 100th anniversary, we salute Tilsner Carton Company.
I'm Joel Tilsner. I'm president and owner of Tilsner Carton Company and Meridian Display, and I'm a third generation owner. My grandfather started it in 1918 with a horse and a wagon, going to liquor stores, picking up boxes that liquor bottles came in, taking those empty setup boxes to grocery stores and reselling them to grocery stores. My grandfather raised his family in a house in the area of what is now I-94 and Marion Avenue. Afterwards, it moved down to the west side of St. Paul. And in the early 70s, my uncle bought a building downtown St. Paul. And in the mid-80s, we sold that building and moved to our present location. So it's always been a St. Paul company.
To celebrate its 50th anniversary, we salute Volk Packaging Corporation.
We have faith in you, Ben. Make yourself a connection. He says, you make yourself a connection. He says, you go in the corrugated box business, you're going to have all this business, which meant $500,000 worth of business. He says, on top of that, if you're going to put this through, where on the perpetual setup, and we make deliveries daily, we'll pay you 15% over the what we're paying now. Now, look at $75,000, I mean, extra profit. So I went out and I made a connection.
So it's still in the family-run business?
Yes, it has been since we started in 1967.
Has that been important to you in the business itself?
Yes, it has. It really is. The family business aspect is very important because we run this company like we're all one family. We treat everybody with respect and the way we would like to be treated, and I think that's helped us a lot.
Our customers go from small food processors to the major paper companies in the state to anything in between, so that if you've got a product and you see it in the marketplace, whether it's a toy or a staple gun or a paper clip, we can make a box for it.
And to also celebrate its 50th anniversary, we salute Packaging Design.
Packaging Design was founded in 1968 by my father, Howard Jones, and his partner, Steve Van Clay. Their first facility was in Tinley Park, Illinois, and was 7,500 square feet. They only had 5 employees, and as a startup company, they did everything they could to make it work. So many days they sell in the morning and come back to the plant in the afternoon and help the employees produce the orders that they had sold in that morning to make sure they could get them out in a timely manner. So Howard and Steve, being independent sheet plant owners, were fiercely independent individuals and felt it was important for other sheet plants to succeed. So when the Association of Independent Corrugated Converters started in 1974, Howard and Steve made sure that Packaging Design was a charter member. The next big move, because they were expanding out of the 7,500 square feet they had, was moving to our current facility here in Burr Ridge, Illinois. It was a 35,000 square foot building. So I came on board in 1996, and at that time Packaging Design was still a manufacturer of shipping cartons to the industrial base here in Chicago. My initial push was to make sure that we not only continued to service those clients, but grew in the point of purchase high-end graphic arena. In order to do that, we needed to do a lot of work internally to get us to that point. We upgraded everything from computers throughout the entire plant. We added a full-time designer with a CAD system and a cutting table and a design lab. In 2002, we upgraded our old Curioni 2-color Flexo with the EMBA 170 3-color Flexo folder gluer. And also in 2003, we added the Automaton EM large format litho labeler to accommodate our growing point of purchase display business. In 2010, we added an automated mainline conveyor system and a unitizer to keep up with the workflow that we were now producing. So within the last 5 years, we've not only added a second full-time designer, but we updated our 2-color rotary die cutter to the new AppStar 3-color rotary die cutter. As our high-end point-of-purchase litho labeling business continued to grow, we needed to accommodate that with a more updated, improved die-cutting machine, and in 2017, we added the Miramatsu flatbed die cutter. In order to continue to be successful Packaging Design as an independent, and a small sheet plant has the advantage that we can see trends coming and be able to adapt and change quickly to those trends. We will always continue to service our industrial base here in Chicago. Our focus will also be on our growing point of purchase, as well as the emerging e-commerce subscription industries. You know, not only am I proud of the 50 years that we've been in business, but I'm really proud of the employees that we have here at the company. We have people at this company that have been here 35 years. So for us to not only survive 50 years, but have dedicated, hardworking employees that have stayed not only with my father, but with myself, I can't tell you how blessed I feel to have these kind of people working for us.
Thank you for joining us and recognizing the longevity and success of these 6 remarkable AICC member companies.